everybody, and welcome uh to my One Piece discussion video. And my last video is actually a reaction video of the fairy tale's last chapter, and this time I'm doing One Piece. So this is actually a theory on what the One Piece is, and where where the All Blue is, and what's the main purpose of the three legendary weapons. So, without further ado, let's get started. First is if Twist Mountain. Oh, if all the All Blue does exist or not. And technically, the All Blue does not exist yet, and the next Pirate King is the one to create the All Blue. And how to create this is I'm going to discuss that theory throughout this video. Okay. First, yeah, the All Blue doesn't exist simply because there's no ocean in the One Piece world that is actually united yet. You might argue that Twist Mountain, Fishman Island, and the Grand Line could be the All Blue, but they're not really the All Blue because they don't unite the four seas. They're just kind of like a bridge. They don't fully uh fully unite the four seas. Yeah. And Reverse Mountain. Reverse Mountain is not the All Blue because the All Blue is actually an ocean. And Reverse Mountain is basically a waterfall, an upside down waterfall. So it's not the All Blue. And as a Fishman Island, yeah, it does technically connect to to all four oceans, but it's underneath. So and not to mention it's located to the divider of all the of all the seas. So I would debunk all those theories, but so technically they're still gonna create the All Blue, and I will explain how. Okay, next. Okay, so the question is, what is the One Piece? My theory is the One Piece is actually the information on how to unite all the four seas. Basically, how to create the All Blue. Yeah, definitely. And the kingdom from Robin's flashback from the professor of Ahara basically confirm that this kingdom actually know how to unite all the four seas and created the three legendary weapons that can actually potentially unite all of the four seas. But the world government saw this as a threat to their organization and basically killed or massacred that country. Yeah, and knowing that this will happen, that kingdom actually hid the three weapons and the poneglyph to each in different countries that it's allied to, like Skypiea, which is very hard to reach, and uh, Fishman Island, the Wano Kingdom, the the Zoo. Yeah. The only thing is that one poneglyph from Alabasta. Alabasta is technically that's the only thing that because it's very reachable. All of the other countries that are that are that have been left with the poneglyphs are very unreachable, like the Wano, the Skypiea. So my theory is that one poneglyph from Alabasta is actually the one from Ohara. Yep, that's yeah. So the the One Piece to me is an information on how to unite the four seas. that is hidden in Rafto, and the way to get it is through the road poneglyph. You have a way to create the old blue, but a way, and you know how to create and unite the four seas. But how can you do it? Well, even the four Yonko, I feel like the four Yonko can destroy all of red line. Like, they're powerful, but I feel like they're not going. They can't destroy the red line. So how can they do it? What weapon would they use to do it? It's simple, really. The weapon that can destroy the red line, it intended to be this way, intended to use it that way, is the three legendary weapons. Pluton, Poseidon, and Uranus. Yeah, I do believe that because if the kingdom from Robin's flashback did find out how to unite it and unite the entire world, I think that the real purpose of the three legendary weapon is not as a dis as a dis destroyer weapon, or I guess it's kind of because they need to destroy the red line to unite the four seas, but it's not a weapon of war. So how they can use it, how the, how the purpose of that weapon is not for war but for uniting the entire world. And why? Why did the world government fear this? Because they fear that if the entire seas is actually united, and they basically and they're all free to do whatever they want. It's not, their power would be limited to their limited, and the power would be to the people. Remember, the world government is very corrupt. Not all of them, but most on the top is very corrupt. They want to keep the hierarchy of what the One Piece world to themselves. They want to rule the world, so they fear that because if the four seas were to unite, the power would be transferred to the people instead of them. So, and to the individual kingdom. Basically, the world government as an organization will break down. That's my theory. That's why they don't want anyone to find out the real purpose of the three legendary weapons. And my theory also that they know the real purpose of the three legendary weapons. Yep, because if they don't know, then basically all of this is just a big misunderstanding, right? So they know, but they don't want to use it that way. So because it's going to be a threat to their powers. It's going to be a threat to the organization. So, but let me let me know what you guys think of this theory. Did you like it? If you have your own theory, please leave it in the comment section below. So please like and subscribe for more awesome theory videos.